Hi, welcome back to my channel, my corner of the internet. I'm Mia, and today we're doing something that I have never done before, which is a video that isn't a monthly / quarterly recap, bi-monthly, I don't know what they were. Anyway, it's not a recap. I also have new hair and I can't tell if I hate or love it yet. So if you have comments, if they're bad, keep them to yourself. If they're good, please feel free to share. Anyway, welcome. We're here to do the mid-year Freakout Tag. Very exciting. I feel like we have a lot of books to talk about. I need to put my phone on silent. I'm thinking we're just gonna go straight in. I'm not gonna babble too much. I have read so far this year 27 books, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. My goal is 50. I have hope. I have controlled hope because we never know what can happen. I might not read for like a month or two, who knows? But for now, there is hope, and I'm excited to see what is yet to come. I have a lot of books that I want to pick up. We're going to talk about them. We're going to go around. I thought it might be fun to share some stats first before we go into like the actual questions for the recap. So first of all, like we said, 27 books read this year. That's like 8,443 pages, and then 18.1 hours for my audiobooks, which is a lot of audiobook reading considering I used to hate them. I still have mixed feelings on audiobooks. I both hate and love them. I think they have a very specific purpose. Who's staring on? There we go. Now he's staring right into your soul. Anyway, most of the books I've read were medium paced, and then we have fast and a little bit of slow paced. I don't like slow books, I get bored. So that makes a lot of sense. Mostly thick books. Most of them are between 300 and 499 pages. So that's kind of crazy. And then my top genre, to no one's surprise really, fantasy. I know we're all shocked. Second is romance, which is interesting. And then third is historical. Sorry. Second is romance. Third is historical. Fourth is LGBTQIA+, which those make sense to me. Literary. What did I read that was literary? Frankenstein? Sure, I guess. Anyway, I feel like this is wrong. It says that I've read 12. Yeah, that's wrong. I need to go in and fix it. It thinks I've read a lot more print than I have, so you'll see what the actual percentage in. I'll be up there. I don't know it yet. I need to go in and fix that, and I'm not going to do that now. And my most read author, which is also the only repeat author I have read this year, it's kind of funny. It is Sarah McLean, and she does write Bodice Rivers. So that's how you would know her. We do love her in this household. Queen. But yeah, those are the interesting things. Our average rating is 3.78 stars, which I feel like is the most generous I've been. I felt like this year I was so generous in my star rating for books, but then when I went back and I like actually looked into the stats, I really wasn't. So I don't know what that is about, but here we are. Anyway, now that that's covered, let's go in and do some of the questions. I can't remember off the top of my head who originated this tag, but it is, if you've been in the book community, it's everywhere. Everyone knows the mid-year Freakout Tag. Anyway, our first question is best books you've read so far in 2026. And I have a few. I had 3, but I'm gonna put that down to 2 actually. So I think so far my best book of the year has been Coldwire by Gong, which was a surprise to me. It is Chloe Gong, right? Wait, Chloe Gong. Yeah. I was right. The first book of the Strange Loom trilogy, which is still incomplete. And it's just really, I had a lot of fun with it. I read it very beginning of the year. I think it might have been, January 16th. So it's like the 3rd book I read this year, and still the best book I have read. I had so much fun with it. It was really interesting. I enjoy a good sci-fi, a good, dystopian, and it really gave me that. I really liked the characters. I really liked the plot twist. I'm not gonna say it was like the most shocking plot twist, but it was a good one, and I enjoyed it. So really, doesn't matter if it was the best plot twist. I don't know. I don't actually remember how shocked I was, but I remember enjoying it. I remember having fun. I remember liking the characters and the story and everything that came with it. And I remember this is my first Chloe Gong book that I have actually finished, which I feel like I talked about in the first quarterly recap, but I tried reading Violent Delights and I really wanted to enjoy it, but I just couldn't deal with the bugs in it, because one thing about me is I am famously terrified of bugs crawling into my skin and like eating me from the inside out. I'm doing a Supernatural rewatch and I did have to skip that episode because I just can't deal with it. So that's why I never finished Violent Delights. I am tempted to try and go back and read it again and see if I can handle it, because I did also, one of the contenders for the best books that I've read this year was Wolfworm. It's on the shelf over there. I don't know, you probably can't see it, but Wolfworm by T. Kingfisher, which is about wolfworms which, you know, bury into your skin. And yeah, I did manage to read it. It was horror, so I feel like Violent Delights wouldn't even go that deep into the bugs under your skin, so I feel like I should give it another try. And I've heard so much positive stuff about it and my best friend loves it, so I don't know, maybe we'll go back and we'll read these Violent Delights one day. Might be interesting, might not be. I might hate it again, who knows. But yeah, so best book so far, Coldwire. And then my other best book is one that I have just talked about in my last recap, was Floralinda, Princess Floralinda and the 40 Flight Tower by Tamsyn Muir. Yeah, like I said before, I just had so much fun. It was just really funny. It's short. It's, I think, 140 pages, about 4 hours as an audiobook, narrated by Muir. Incredible. She is a fantastic voice actress, and I just really enjoyed the audiobook, and it was so funny, and the characters really stayed with me despite it being like a really short kind of story. So I think that would be my second like best that I've read so far. Yeah, also really stand out for such a short little story, and you know, it's kind of there's a little bit of creepiness to it, but in a funny way. I'm looking down, I have one of Tamsyn's Muir books like right here. You won't know for what, spoilers, but someone's looking at me from right below the camera. But yeah, I think those are the two. I kind of hesitated about this one because I had quite a few books that stood out to me. Some of them I'm going to come back to, but like Unmagical Life was up there and I was kind of considering like putting it. But the thing is, I have very few 4 stars for this year. I have, I think, 4 of them, 5 stars. Sorry, I have very few 5 stars for this year. So I have Coldwire, I have Wolfworm, which horrifying, and I really enjoyed it. I don't think I would say it's like life-changing, but I had a lot of fun with it. And I had Princess Floralinda and Night and the Butcher Bird. But yeah, I don't know, I felt like I haven't had a book that like changed my life this year yet. I think we might have a few coming, but none of them absolutely changed my life. So it's more about the books that I had the most fun with and that I remember the most fondly now that I've kind of sat with them. So that was our first question. After that, best sequels you've read so far in 2026. And I read a few sequels. I am also famously a like chronic series starter, and then I never continued a series. I'm thinking maybe we should do a video of me finishing series that I've started. I have a list. It's bad. Let me know down below if you'd be interested in that. I think it could be quite fun. But I did actually read a few sequels. Shocking. I haven't finished a series yet this year. Not yet. But I've read second books in series. So there's that for us. The first one was The Fractured Dark. We have a few answers for here as well. Sorry, I feel like I should have said that. But I have Fractured Dark. Oh, what is Megan O'Keefe? That's her name. So Megan O'Keefe, The Fractured Dark. It's the second book in Devoured Worlds. But it was fun. It was really fun, man. That's all I have to say. Most of these is just gonna be me like, it was really fun. But in this one, we follow Tarquin and Naira after, how do I not spoil the first book in the series? basically, there's not gonna be any spoilers unless I say so explicitly. Tarquin and Naira in the first book end up in a random planet. It's sci-fi, right? It's sci-fi, and we've progressed enough that people can be reprinted. So you store your consciousness in whatever way, I don't know, some kind of, system. Wi-Fi? Not really. What are they called? Some kind of electronic system can store your consciousness, and then that consciousness can be printed into bodies. And usually you kind of keep your your normal body, and you kind of go in and out. But like if you die, you're not dead, you can come back and stuff. But humanity is running out of like the one resource that they need to keep making bodies and making starships and all of that. And so Tarquin is the son of one of the big guys out there that are like making a lot of money, the Mercator they're called. And he ends up, after their planet, their spaceship crashes somewhere where it shouldn't have been to begin with, they end up on this like planet, and they're kind of stuck there. And Naira is not supposed to be there, right? She's supposed to be iced. So she's supposed to be like dead. Like they put her in a coffin, an electrical coffin. That's a better way to put it. But like, she's not supposed to be there. She got like reprinted in someone else's body, and she doesn't know what she's doing there. Tarquin doesn't know that she's there. They're on this planet and they just need to get out. But the thing is also, if you die very violently, that was the word. If you die really violently, there's a chance that your consciousness breaks and you can't be reprinted. So they don't want to die violently on that planet, because then they're dead, right? So they're trying to get off the planet without dying so that they can come back later. But there's a lot going on. There's mushrooms controlling people, which I'm not going to go into detail, but that's book one. That's the setup of book one. Book two, you continue following the story. It develops. There's more going on. Tarquin and Naira are so freaking cute, and I love them. There's a little bit of a revolution happening, and yeah, great fun. I really enjoyed it, and I'm really excited to read the third one. I think I might do that this year. Hopefully, if I don't keep getting distracted, we're going to be reading the third one. The second one is Fractured Dark, I believe. Oh yeah, I'm stupid. It's written right there in front of me. Second one is Fractured Dark. Third one, I don't actually know. I don't remember. And then my second kind of sequel that I really enjoyed is right here with us today. And it is Hell of a Witch by Rachel Aaron. And it's just really fun. I picked up the first book, which is Hell for Hire, from my library. They had the audiobook just like there. I need to put the book down because otherwise I'm gonna make so many noises with it. There we go. So yeah, randomly picked up the first one from the library. Absolutely loved it. It ended up being one of my favorite books of last year. That was Hell for Hire, and it's basically Adrian is a witch of the Blackwood, right? He's great. He's a witch. He wants to move out of the Blackwood for reasons unknown. There's some tea, but I can't tell you what it is. But he decides to move out of the Blackwoods to create his own Blackwood, because you can create like minis, right? But obviously the overlord, what is he called? Big Demon King. Is your name somewhere here? Gilgamesh. Big Demon King Gilgamesh doesn't like the Blackwood witches because they're the only witches that are like uncontrolled magic, right? So he wants to control them. They don't want to be controlled, and they're too powerful to, be beaten. So Adrian leaving is a perfect opportunity to kill him, but he doesn't want to die, obviously. So he ends up recruiting Bex and her crew of demons to protect him, and chaos ensues from there. And book two, the series is called Tear Down Heaven. So we are on the path to tearing down heaven, and stuff is happening. And we discover a lot more about each of the characters and about Bex, mainly Bex. I feel like, we discovered the stuff in book one, but like you uncover more about Bex in book two. And yeah, book two, their relationship is kind of blossoming, and they're really freaking cute. That's what I have to say. I really like him. Tarquin in book one one of the demons, Liz, who is a desire demon, just said witch of the flesh indeed, because Adrian's a witch of the flesh, and that's all I could think about this entire book. So I just walk around being like, witch of the flesh indeed. And that's it. And so that's why that book has to be there. I'm sorry, I keep on playing with things, I keep on making noises, I need to not do that. And then I have a third one. This one is a lot less serious because I had to put a bodice ripper on my list, and I put Scott in the Dark, which is, you know, it's a bodice ripper. It is, the first one was Rogue Not Taken, the second one was Scott in the Dark, and it is literally just historical romance. He's a huge Scottish man. He really reminds me of Varka from Genshin Impact, and I was reading that book right around the time when Varka came out. So that's it. That's literally my only reason for it to be here. It's a great time. It is, what's her name? I forgot her name, McLean. But yeah, she's my most read author this year, so she had to, you know, be featured here. Is that your name? Sarah McLean. I was correct. So yeah, it was a great fun. That was it. That was Cut in the Dark. I'm not going to elaborate too much on this one. There's a lot less to say. But yeah, big Scottish man, lady that ended up getting painted naked, and she didn't really need rescuing. She was going to rescue herself, but she discovered that she didn't have to, you know? Great. It was a great time. It was a great time. So that was up there with my list of sequels. Now, 1 second. Okay, now, third question. New release you haven't read yet but want to. There are quite a few because I keep getting distracted from the books that I want to read, and there's just too much to read. So there's a few releases that I haven't had time, or I just haven't been in the right mood to read them. The first is The Poet Empress by Shen Tao. I'm gonna be so honest, I really just want to read it because I got FOMO because everyone read it and it sounded really fun. It sounds great. It's basically, from what I remember, our main character becomes a concubine to provide for her family, to provide money for her family, because she doesn't want her brother to die of hunger. But the magic system in the world is like based around poetry and words. And I think, does she fall in love? I don't even know if she falls in love. I genuinely don't know. I'm just really intrigued by it, and I just really want to pick it up and see what it's about. Like, the emperor is like known for being a really horrible person, really, really cruel, and now she's working with him and trying to develop her powers or something, and I'm just, you know, curious. So that's it. Oh, there's a problem. For the spell to work against the man she hates, it must be written with love. Sounds like fun. Sounds like fun. There's that one. I also want to read, kind of in the same realm, I feel, This Kingdom Will Not Kill Me, which also I got FOMO because everyone was reading it, and the cover is really pretty. So that's what I want. And the description says Outlander meets Game of Thrones. And that just feels like it's calling my name. I've never watched Outlander or read. Is it also? I think it's also a book. I don't actually know. But there's something about it that really calls to me. And so I really want to, you know, read this. I do love Game of Thrones. I am a Game of Thrones girly through and through. So I'm interested. So basically, Maggie is the main character. She wakes up in a gutter in the world of a book that she was reading, and she kind of has to navigate this world and this magic, and the only thing she has going for her is her encyclopedic knowledge of this world because she's read this book so many times. And she kind of gets enmeshed in schemes of like a bunch of people. There's a dueling princes, dukes, and villains, and there's a former lady's maid, a deadly assassin, magical creatures, an appealing soldier. So I don't know. Again, just sounds like a good time, and I want to know what it is about. So here, it has a 4.44 review score on Storygraph, and I'm intrigued. And then another one I really, really want to pick up is You Did Nothing Wrong by CJ Drews, which is... Okay, so single mother Elodie meets what she thinks is like the love of her life, and he is very accepting of her and her son, who is autistic, and they move into a new house, right? But then her son starts saying that he can hear voices in the walls and that there's something that's hurting the house, like the renovations are hurting the house, and it's basically a haunted house. And I'm just really intrigued. I really enjoyed Don't Let the Forest In by CJ Drews. They write really, really good botanical horror. So I want to know. I want to read it. I haven't read, they had another one that I want to read that came out last year. Hazelthorn. There you go. I really want to read Hazelthorn as well. I kind of want to read everything they write. I'm easy. So yeah, I'm really intrigued. I don't think I've ever read like a haunted house, because it took me like up until last year-ish, I didn't really read horror because I'm a weenie. I get way too scared. Honestly, I was just so anxious in my life that I couldn't add any more anxiety, but now we're medicated, so the world is my oyster and I get to read horror books. So I want to read this one a lot. I want to read You Did Nothing Wrong by CJ Drews. My camera's about to... Next, there is one more that I would like to read, and it is Innamorata by Ava Reed. And this, I'm curious. Everyone has read it and I haven't, and I just want to read it. And one of my best friends did read it. Hi, Emma. I don't know. I don't think she's watching this, but if you are, hi. This is about you. But I'm just curious, and it's necromancy. It's horror. What is it? Yeah, eldritch magic. There's weird shit going on, and I want to know more. And there was a little bit of like tea, I think is the best way to put it. And a lot of people were really unhappy with this book because they didn't realize it was a dark book. I don't know if it's dark romance. I actually have no idea, but they didn't expect that because Ava Reed has only, like, you might know her from, is it Study in Drowning? What did I say? No, Study in Drowning. Yeah, so she wrote Study in Drowning. She wrote Juniper and Thorn, Archive of Romance. So she's kind of known more for her romances in a normal term and not like dark romances. So some people didn't realize that. And then there was like a bunch of like reviews. There was like a bunch like review tanking, people telling like really mad that this was dark romance, but I don't know. It was advertised as dark romance, so I don't know what people were on. But anyway, I'm curious. I'm a bit scared to pick it up because it is, one, slow paced, two, dark, and I don't really read dark like stuff. I read horror, but I don't read like dark romance and stuff. That really gives me the ick. I tried, and then the guy like stalked her, and I was like, I'm good, goodbye. So I don't know, out of my comfort zone, but interested. I have a beautiful copy over there with like the most stunning sprayed edges. So it has to be done. I have to read it. I have to know. I need to know. I don't know when the second book is coming out. I think it's next year. It's an unfinished duology. Also, the series is called The House of Teeth. That is horrifying. Sorry, just needed to put that out there. But yeah, those were the books that I have been released this year that I haven't read yet. Now, question 4, most anticipated releases for the second half of the year. And let me organize my notes. I have quite a few. Okay. The first one that I'm extremely excited for, and I may have already pre-ordered 2 copies of it, Mind Your Business. The American edition is just so much better than the British one. Not my fault, but I really wanted the American one, and I'm going to a book launch event for it, so I'm getting the UK one as well. But I'm really excited about it, and it is Tempest by Victoria Aveyard, and she has been talking about it for, I feel like it's been years. She's been talking about it, about her pirate fantasy romance, adult fantasy romance, which I'm just so excited for it. I just really want to read it. I want to get my hands on it. The cover is so beautiful. Everything I've seen about it, I'm just like, give me to me, Rachel.
Show me to me, please. Send it to me, Rachel.
So yeah, Tempest is first on my list of really highly anticipated. I really want to get it. I've seen mixed reviews, but I'm curious. I have never finished Red Queen. I started Red Queen on the list of series that I've never finished that I probably should, but I have also started and not finished Realmbreaker. So I had so much fun with Realmbreaker, although I know that people also had some mixed feelings. My best friend hated it, so who knows? I might love it, I might hate it. I'm just really curious. I'm not too mad that it's a duology now, because I would rather, I know this is like controversial, I would rather get a duology than a singular book that is about like 1,000 something pages. You know, like that's just for me. I really struggle with thick ass books. So if you're gonna cut them in two and make a duology out of it and it's like normal amount of pages, please do it. Please do it, authors. Like I really respect that. I know some people are pissed about that, but I don't. I might eat my words if it comes out and there's a cliffhanger. So don't quote me in a few months, but for now, that's my position on it. So yeah, that's Tempest. And then a second book, also an author that I absolutely love, in a world that I really love, but I'm a conspiracy of charming monsters. This is Holly Black, and it's in the world of The Cruel Prince. And I think it's a bunch of like short stories. Yeah, it's a story collection from Tales from Elfham. Two of them are never seen before. Some of them we might have seen before. I don't know. I just really miss Cardan and Jude. I'm gonna take anything that gives me a hit of Cardan and Jude. I really want to read Prisoner's Throne. I haven't read it yet. It's also on this shelf right there. Top shelf, you can't see it here, but she's there, and I need to read them. I haven't yet, but yeah, that's Conspiracy of Charming Monsters. I just want to read it because I want to go back into that world. After that, another author that we know, and I wouldn't say love, she's on thin ice still, but you know, she's there. Deadbeat, Leigh Bardugo, the third book in the Ninth House series, an Alex Stearns story. I've only read the first one because I'm waiting for it to get closer to the release date of Deadbeat to read the second one. But I'm really excited about it. I really like the first one. I've talked about it recently, so you can go back and like see that. That was the video from like 2 weeks ago. Last video. But I did really like it, so I'm excited to see more of it, and I hope I'm gonna enjoy it. I hope so. Everyone said I was gonna hate Ninth House, but I really liked it, so here we are. So who knows? And then we have our queen, our Lord and Savior, which, by the way, we were talking about this yesterday. I was at another book event for Veronica Roth, who gave kind of like an interview talk, you know, in conversations with Veronica Roth for Secret Traitor's son. That was really interesting. She is so beautiful and so funny. Great times. Tasha Siri was the other author that was there, also incredible and so funny. But yeah, we were there, and I was with my friend Emma. Hello. I only have like 3 friends, so they get mentioned a lot, by the way. But yeah, she was there, and we were talking about Ali Hazelwood and how we need more Ali Hazelwood in our life because she hasn't released anything this year. Ali, if you need a break, please take it. By the way, this is all fun and games, but like we need more. So she's releasing the Bound and Unbound books as like one. They're novellas. So they're gonna get released, I think, in a couple months. They were, don't quote me if I'm wrong, Spotify exclusive audiobooks that are now getting printed as novellas, like one novella, like the 2 of them. It's like one of those, like once each side of the book is like a different one. I think I just want it. I just miss Ali Hazelwood. Talking about Ali Hazelwood, sorry. Should I say that now? No, you're gonna have to stay until the end. There's more about Ali Hazelwood. Stay tuned. But yeah, Bound and Unbound. And then the final book that I am so excited for. As we know, I love T. Kingfisher, right? She is incredible. I love her books. She's so funny. Queen, right? T. Kingfisher in this household, one of the favorite authors. You might not know, however, even though he is right here staring at you, I may or may not have an obsession with Asterion from Baldur's Gate. May or may not. I may have a t-shirt with his face on it that says girl dinner that I wear every time I have to get a blood test because I just think it's hilarious. But my man right here, come with me. I just want the Asterion book from T. Kingfisher. I want it so bad. I need it today. Look at how cute. Asterion. Duck. Sorry. I miss species him. Might go play Baldur's Gate after this, actually, now that I'm thinking of it. Asterion and T. Kingfisher is just... When that dropped, I was so blown out of my mind because I was like, this is so targeted towards me personally. And I love it. So, yeah, very excited. I don't know who the publisher is, but whoever you are, please give it to me. I'm joking. I'm gonna buy it with my own money. It's already ordered. So here we are. You're gonna be hearing about it the second that book is gonna come out. I am extremely excited. So these are the books that I really want that are coming out in the second half of the year. It's still so fucking hot in this country. I have the fan. I hope you can't hear it. You couldn't hear it last time, so I'm hoping you can't hear it this time either. But here we are. Anyway, now we get to the juicy part. The biggest disappointments of this year. And I have a few. I have 4. The first one, which you can also go back for exactly why I thought that was such a bad disappointment. But the first one is Vile Lady Villains. And I genuinely thought, it was so bad, guys. It was so bad. The writing was so bad. It had potential, right? In theory, toxic lesbians. Right? We love them. We literally love them. A favorite trope. Alas, they were so unbearable and the writing was so bad. And I don't even know about the story. I didn't get deep enough to care about the story. But it just didn't make sense. We had Clemnestra, which apparently I've been told, I'm saying that wrong. I don't actually know how I don't know. Whatever her name, Clemnestra to me. And then Lady Macbeth, and they're together. And then, I don't know, there's some interdimensional, they get thrown together and then yeeted into a different dimension. And they're meant to fall in love, I think. I don't know, because I stopped when they still hated each other and they were just saying such horrible things about each other. And one said that the other was a curvy demon. And then the other was like, oh, her childbearing hips. And I was like, I'm done. I'm out. Goodbye. I don't care. I don't care about the story. I don't care. There's literally nothing to redeem that book to me at that point. So that was a really big disappointment because I had hopes. I had hopes and dreams with that book. But alas. Second biggest disappointment. Book that I actually got to read as an ARC earlier this year. And I was really, really excited for because it was described as Gideon the Ninth, inspired by Gideon the Ninth. And we know how I feel about Gideon, right? I don't have to repeat myself. We know how I feel about Tamsyn. We know how I feel about Gideon, right? So there's that. But I got the book. First of all, I had an e-arc and it was broken as fuck, but there's nothing you can do about that. It happens. The physical copies that I see in the wild are so freaking gorgeous, and the characters' art inside is beautiful. That book is stunning. The cover is stunning, the art, everything is stunning in it. But this was, okay, I didn't say the name yet. That is These Shattered Spires by Cassidy Ellis Salter. And it was just, it felt a bit like reading a parody. You're reading, so there's a bunch, how would I describe this? I don't remember how I had described it. It's YA fantasy for magical rivals. They all are familiars for mages, and how it works in that world is when when there's this magic system and you have one person that can do the magic and one person who kind of provides a well of magic. That's kind of what we have. You have to siphon their energy. So it's the 4 familiars. Each of them have a different specialty. We have stone, bone, greenery. What are they called? I don't remember. Oh, blood. There's blood and there's plants. Let's call it plants. I know there's a better word for it, but I don't remember it. But we have those 4 familiars, and something happens. The emperor dies. I don't even know. Let's call him emperor. Emperor dies. So tradition dictates that now the 4 leads of each of those houses needs to fight each other to the death, and the winner gets to be the next emperor. But the familiars are like, well, if they're gonna fight to the death, we're gonna have to fight to the death, and then we're gonna die, and we don't want to die. They're trying to find a plot, like a way to save their lives, right? And they have ticking time bomb on their back, like literally a clock on their back that is like counting down. And they were just, it felt very caricature-y. The bone familiar was clearly meant to be Gideon, right? I don't remember her name. It was a terrible name. Tarantino. That was her name. So Tarantino was so clearly meant to be Gideon that you couldn't read her as like a separate character. She really felt like a fake Gideon. Like she was dressing up to be Gideon the Ninth, but she wasn't quite as funny, and she didn't have the edge that Gideon has. And then the botanical, that's what the word was, botanical familiar, felt like she was meant to be Harrow. They have a really toxic, I don't even want to call it relationship, but like there's something going on between the two of them. And I felt like it was kind of inspired by Harrow and Gideon. It was clearly like it's in the prompt, right, in the description of the book. But like everything felt like that. Like I couldn't separate it. I couldn't look at these characters and not think that's who you're meant to be, right? But they fell quite short of that. And I felt like the other two characters that we had, so our stone and blood familiars, were actually a lot more interesting because they were unique, right? They weren't based on anyone that I could tell, and they had a personality, and they were so much more interesting. And I really like those two. I had fun with, but Tarantino and what was her name? Nixie, that's her name. Tarantino and Nixie were, well, you could feel that they were the main two. Like even though we had 4 characters, those were the main 2 characters that the author wanted you to like focus on. And the story really hinges on them and their friendships and their relationships. And they were just the weakest point of everything. There was also like the writing wasn't great. It wasn't horrendous, but it wasn't great. It was a bit iffy. There was a lot of like metaphors that didn't make sense. There was a lot of darkness being compared to like shadows under someone's like, what's it called? Armpit, like the shadow of an armpit or whatever. So it was kind of weird. But yeah, it just didn't hit anything. And then the world building was extremely lacking. I think that was the worst part, is that you just didn't know why anything was happening. Like, yeah, they have to fight, but why is the world tearing itself? Why is everything dying? Why is the sky like, you know, disgusting and black and like full of teeth or whatever? Like there's clearly like a lot of story in that world, but none of it felt like it was talked about, and it was just lacking. I felt like the entire book was lacking, and it had so much potential, and that's why I think it was such a big disappointment. And I do think the author, as they go, this was their debut, as they go, I might, you know, enjoy their work more. They just need to find their footing and their confidence. I think that's what was lacking with the characters specifically, because I think if they find their confidence and their voice and a way to build characters, which they have a good base, right? They can do it. They had 2 out of 4 characters that, you know, felt like characters and like they had a personality that wasn't copy pasted. Like I feel like if they get to that point where they can just let go of the comparisons and let go of trying to be these really good characters that already exist, there's so much potential and it might be great. So that's why I really didn't enjoy and was really disappointed by these Shattered Spires. So that's that. I feel like I talked a lot about it, but I've thought about it so much and to like why I didn't like it. But yeah, so that was that. And then another one that was disappointing to me was Soul Searching by Lila Sage, which I feel really sad about because I love Lila Sage. I really, really loved her first series, her cowboy series. I think it's Blue Rebel Ranch. Loved it so much. So when she said she was doing paranormal, I was like, yes, give me paranormal. The cover is beautiful. I was just so excited. And then it was her least fun book. And it's, so the main characters, he's a divorced upholsterer. It's small town romance. He's a divorced upholsterer. She wants to be a photographer, but she just got fired from her dream job. I think I don't remember, like for some silly reason that was clearly discrimination, but she doesn't want to talk about it. So she moves back home, and then she ends up having to work with him for a little bit. She's like going back home for a break before, you know, trying again. And they end up living together. And I don't remember what happens. Obviously, they fall in love, right? That's kind of a given. It's contemporary romance. But the characters just didn't hit. I didn't really care about them. I don't care about their stories. They didn't have anything. Like, I don't even remember why he was divorced. Like, I feel like that should have stuck with me. I feel like I remember more from her other books, but I don't remember anything about him. I don't remember anything about her. She has powers to, I think, see and speak to ghosts or something. But the paranormal aspect of the book felt like you could have taken it out and nothing would have changed. Like, literally nothing. Like, it didn't matter at the end of the day. So I think that was also like, it was an okay book. Like, it wasn't a bad book. It was fine. It's easy to read. I think it was like a 3 stars or something. But yeah, I was just disappointed because Lila Sage usually hits really well, and that one just did not hit the way the others did, which is quite sad for me. Alas, alack, whoa. That was our biggest disappointments of the year, which is quite sad. I had one more, but I don't know if it was a disappointment. I just wasn't expecting much from it to begin with, so I think we're just gonna skip it. Now we're gonna do biggest surprises in a positive way. That's how we're taking it. First one is actually another one I've just spoken about. It's Alex E. Harrow's The Knight and the Butcher Bird, and it's a tiny story. It's like a 30-page short story, and it's dystopian. It is post-apocalyptic, a little bit like, yeah, there's like a plague that's killing people. The plague is cancer, which is, you know, crazy, but like everyone's getting cancer and everyone's dying, and we are in this little village, and one of the people in the village is a scribe, so they're the historians of the village, and then we have a knight that comes to kill a monster that's attacking the town. We have monsters, like demon monsters and stuff, and obviously the knight comes to protect the town, but there's clearly something going on with the historian, and maybe they don't want the monster to die, and maybe they actually want the knight to die. And it was just so much fun. And I never expect, like, I was laughing and then I was crying in just like 30 pages. Like, that wasn't what, like, I read that in like maybe 1 hour, and I just had a great time with it, and I was crying at the end, and I was like, god damn, like, that was so short, but that was so fun, and I really enjoyed it. So I felt like that was, I don't know, really surprisingly good. So that was The Knight and the Butcher Bird. And then we go into less serious territory. Another surprise was The Bodice Rippers that I've started reading this year. The way this came to, I was playing Baldur's Gate, funnily enough, with Emma, who's been mentioned multiple times. So she's going to be a recurring character, I think, at this point. But we were playing Baldur's Gate, and I was like, I don't know what to read next. Let me Google, like, random books to read. And then I got a random, like, romance blog. And one of the books on there was The Rogue Not Taken. And I thought, that is the funniest name I've ever heard. Like, that's so funny. I need to read that. And it was great. It was so much fun. It is historical romance. It is Bodice Ripper. There's so much that goes on in that book. I'm trying to remember, but like, it is fake dating, but it's also forced proximity, and it's also low-key hate to love. Like, she starts by, like, they hate each other at the beginning, and they really don't want anything to do with each other, but they kind of have to cooperate because she managed to, like, hide in his carriage, and now they're halfway across. They're, like, on their way to Scotland, and then she gets shot, and she runs away, and there's just a lot going on, man. And it's great. Camera's about to silence me again. Yeah, so Rogue Not Taken, really fun. It led me down the Sarah McLean obsession, so there's that for it. Thank you for that one. That was really fun. And yeah, really surprising that I loved it as much as I did, because I'm not usually, like, before reading this and discovering my love for a good bodice ripper, I didn't love romance books. I just get bored really easily is my problem. So contemporary romance never really hits, except for like Ali Hazelwood and Yeehaw. anything with the horses, I'm like sap. But like apart from those very specific times, I'm not a big contemporary romance reader. Although I do want to give it another chance. I want to read Abby Jimenez because she keeps popping up on my For You page on TikTok and she's just really funny. And I'm obsessed with her daughter Maya. So I really want to give her books a shot. But anyway, like I don't really read that much of them. So discovered my love for Bodice Rivers through this one. And then our last one actually is Seek the Traitor's Son by Veronica Roth. And I don't think I expected to like it as much as I did, and that's why it's here as like a surprise, a good surprise of this year. I knew, I don't really know actually. I've never read Divergent, right? But I've heard a lot about Divergent, you know, as you do. I never watched the movies either, funnily enough. But I had read her other work. I read the Curse Bearer books. Well, book singular. I haven't read the second one. Starting series that I don't finish. But I really enjoyed it. And that was Wind Among Crows. So I was like, oh, this came up on my NetGalley. And I was like, I'm just going to apply for it. What's the worst that can happen? And I actually got it. I read it. And I had a lot of fun with it. And yeah, it was great. It's basically sci-fi dystopian. We have two characters. It's adult. It's not YA. It is an adult book. They both have a lot of trauma. A lot of stuff happens. The magic system in the world is quite fun. There's basically a plague that kills everyone, but sometimes brings them back with magical powers. Usually those magical powers are linked with like seeing the past, right? And seeing the past and seeing emotions. But sometimes you can see the future. So we start the book with Elegy, who is our main character, being taken to the seers, who can see the future, and being given this prophecy that says that either her or her rival, well, rival is kind of a word, her enemy, Rava Vidar, are gonna end the war for their people and win the war for their people, but they don't know which one, and they're both gonna fall in love with the same man, and he's gonna bring them death. And that's kind of how we get thrown into this, and there's a lot going on, and she hears that she's gonna fall in love with the man and he's gonna bring her death with her husband right there. Worth mentioning, her husband is literally right there. But yeah, stuff happens. It's on a space station. It's really fun. I had a great time. And I went to the event yesterday, like I mentioned. And now, honestly, I like it even more. Like, having heard, I feel like I have that a lot. When you go to an event, like a book event, and you get to hear the author talk about the book that they've written and why they did certain things, it really helps you not just like understand the book better, but like see some patterns. Like, obviously a good book, you can already see the patterns, right? And you could with this one, you can't see them, but having her say like, oh yeah, that was that, and I was like, oh, that makes so much sense, you know? Like I got it. I got what she was putting down, so I appreciate it more now that I went to that event and I heard her talk about it. So that was a really, really fun discovery. That was Seek the Traitor's Son by Veronica Roth. I almost said Rebecca Ross, but that is not the correct author. After that, we have favorite new authors. And I've got two, which is great. First one has been brought up multiple times. Sarah McLean, Queen of Bodice Rippers with Terrible Names. I've read how many? 4 of her books this year. My only repeat author. I think that goes without saying that she's my new favorite. Like, she's up there on my list now. She's up there with my romance authors. It's gonna be her and Alia Hazelwood and Lila Sage. even after soul searching, Lila's still up there. So yeah, Sarah McLean. I'm not gonna go too deep into that one. I feel like we've talked about her so much. But also Sunyi Dean, I hope I'm pronouncing her name correctly, who wrote The Girl with 1,000 Faces, which I really, the more I think about it, the more I feel like I've enjoyed that book. It's one of those like when you sit with it, it gets better. So, oh no, my gloss.
Oh no! Our table!
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. And I heard that her other book, oh, what was it? Let me look it up. Sunyi Dean. This one. So the Book Eaters that she wrote 2022. I haven't read it yet. I don't know if this was her debut or not, but I heard really, really good things. So I think I want to read it sometime soon. Who knows when, but I'm really intrigued. And I had a lot of fun with her book and I want to know more. So that was Sunyi Dean. Those were the two new authors. I think I've been reading a lot of authors that I know and love already, except for like these two. So there's not too many new authors. We need to work on that. We need to work on that one. Oh, this one's so fun. Okay, newest fictional crushes. I did suffer a little bit with this one. The first one. Oh, should I show you the book? I will. From Untitled Life, Sebastian Wolf. Man, there's something, I'm getting made fun of by my friends because there's something about me and blonde men. Oh no, my camera. She's dying. Okay, we're back. Sorry, my camera died on me. Anyway, as I was saying, Sebastian Wolf on Magical Life of Briar Jones. I'm being made fun of in a group chat with my friends because there's just something about blonde men. Dean from On Campus, the show. I haven't read the books. The show, and then Nikolai Lensov, my man, historically my man, and now Sebastian Wolf. I will say the cover doesn't really do him justice. The cover doesn't do him justice. I think this thing does. Where is it? Can you see it? Yeah. See? He's the one with the white hair. He's not technically blonde. Does that help? Probably not. But yeah, there's just something. Okay. This was Veronica Roth yesterday talking about sad baddies, and that really spoke to me because I do love a sad baddie, and he is just a sad baddie. He is tortured. He's a little bit of a horrible person, but he's just a bit of a fixer-upper. What can I say? I'm easy to influence. So he's up there. He's there. That's Sebastian Wolf. Anyway, second, Adrian Blackwood. Witch of the Flesh, indeed. He's not blonde though, so this saves me from the allegations. He's great. Look at him. Can you look at that man and not think he's hot? He has a cat that speaks. He literally buries his heart for his forest. He is a simp. He's also an extremely powerful witch, and I just think that's really hot of him. And he plans beautiful dates. Maybe I'm just easy, but also he's kind of hot, and apparently they do say he looks really hot shirtless, so there's that for me as well. And finally, there's only men. Please, if you're here and you're still listening to me, please give me some sapphic recommendations. I need more ladies here. I need more women and my crushes. I haven't had any this year. Please give me something to go on. Anyway, the last one, Lord Nicholas St. James, from Sarah McLean's book. He is from 9 Rules to Break, When Women Sing a Rake. He's the brother in that one. And then 10 something. 10 ways, there we go. 10 ways to be adored when landing a lord. He is the titular in that one. And he is literally the lord to be landed, and he doesn't want to be. He's also an archaeologist, which is hot. He has a scar. He is supposedly just beautiful to look at. He is also a simp. He is very deeply in love. He is really funny, and that's all I need. That's all I need. He's up there, so he's on my list. So we've had 3 men, 2 of them are blonde, so I'm defending myself. They're not all blondes. Take that, group chat. Anyway, after that, newest favorite characters. We've got 3. 2 of them are from the same book. So 2 of them are our 2 main characters from Princess Floralinda and the 40th Flight Tower. I just love them. Floralinda was just so funny and entertaining to me, and she's just she wants to be this perfect princess, but she can't really be this perfect princess, and she's trying her best, and she somehow ends up being a little bit of a monster. And you know what, I love her for that. Her character development was so much fun to look at, and she would say the most unhinged things, and I just love her for it. And then the second character is Cobweb, who is the fairy that ends up falling into Floralinda's tower. She falls through Floralinda's window and breaks her wing, and so she can't leave. But Cobweb is this murderous little pixie, right? They're this little, I feel like I should say they. I don't know. They don't care about gender, but I think they do get referred to as she for most of the book. I'm just gonna alternate anyway. But yeah, murderous little pixie. that is just out there for blood and making fun of Floralinda the entire time and trying to trick Floralinda into letting her go, and just vibes, just fucking vibes. And at the end of the book, I'm not gonna spoil. I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm keeping my mouth shut. The ending is really good. You should read it, and it's short. You have no excuses. Read the book. Anyway, finally going back actually to A Magical Life. Westby. That's all I'm gonna say. He's just so freaking funny. That man is like, he's dangerous. When we went to the event, Lex Croucher said that the character most likely to become a supervillain was Westby, and I really see it. Like, he has so many absolutely incredible quotes in this book, and he's just really funny. He is completely unhinged, and he is gonna be a supervillain, and he is this really how is the best way to describe him? Privileged white boy. Like, if you close your eyes and you think posh British boarding school, the poshest one, like possibly where, you know, royalty would go. Think of that closer and picture that, and picture a white boy with a dark academia aesthetic, with his he would wear those little vests, you know, and he has the Secret History of Donna Tartt like on his bookshelf, and he has a signet ring, and he's so fucking rich, and he knows all of that, and he's just living his best life. He's just gay and sad. And my favorite character, and he's just so funny, and every single thing he says is hilarious, and that's my man. So Westby, he's fantastic. Love him. Okay, after that, books that made you cry. Not that many. Mostly because every time something makes me cry, I tend to forget about it. We'll unload that one in therapy. Not really. Unless I'm like sobbing, I just don't remember having cried. Like if it's just like, you know, the singular tear, I will not remember that I've cried that. But if I was, you know, ending of Gideon the Ninth, I will remember that because I couldn't see my Kindle through the tears. So there's levels to this one. So these are like crying, kinda, but not really. And Night and the Butcher Bird, Alex E. Harrow. I said this already today, but I did cry in 35 pages. And I was like on the DLR, of all places. The most cursed mode of transport in London, by the way, if you're wondering. DLR, fucking cursed. But I was on the DLR coming home from my friend's place and trying to read this book. And then suddenly I was just like, I needed to cry, but we were pulling into Bank, and I couldn't cry while pulling into Bank because that's just embarrassing. So yeah, made me cry on the DLR, of all places. And second book that made me cry, also kind of ridiculous, A Scot in the Dark. I don't even remember what made me cry. I'm not gonna lie. I think it was, no, I do remember. It was because the female friendships were just so cute, and I love women supporting women and women loving women, and just their friendships were so beautiful. And the ladies in that house, they have like Minerva House.
Wait a minute.
And I put the wrong name. It's not Scott in the Dark. Oh no, it happens. I cried in both. There we go, we have 3 books. So Scott in the Dark, that's not the women of the house. Scott in the Dark was how the women, who are the sisters from the first book, from Rogue Not Taken, the sisters of Rogue Not Taken, they rally around the girl from Scott in the Dark in a really beautiful way, and they protect her from everything. And I just thought that was so beautiful. Like, they didn't know her. They had no idea who she was, but they saw that she was rejected by society, and they just swooped in. They're like, you're our friend now, you're coming home with us. And I just thought that was so cute, and they were so sweet and so beautiful, and I just loved it, and I cried. And then in 10 Ways to Be Adored, When Lending a Lord, I also cried because they have Minerva House, which is a house created by the main character, our main female character. And it's basically, she took in any women that had to run away from home for any reason, whether it be abusive husbands, didn't want to get married, got pregnant accidentally, like any of those things. She would just take them in, give them a job, give them a house, give them a roof, and they all lived together. And that was really cute, and that made me cry. So 2 Sarah McLean books. Again, she is covering most of this. She's really carrying 2026 for me, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, books that made me happy. I showed my notes for this to Emma yesterday, and she questioned my first book that made me happy, which was Unmagical Life of Briar Jones, because it is quite dark and it is quite sad as a book, and you know, bad things happen, but it made me happy because I love found family. I love queer found family, and it made me really happy. So sorry about that one. Like, it's not a happy book. Don't go into it expecting a happy book. But to me, it was great. I really want to reread Six of Crows, is what I'm getting from this. And then other books that made me happy, literally everything I read by Sarah McLean. Which I'm not going to unpack again. I feel like we've covered her enough. I don't need to say this all over again. Other books that made me happy, low key, Princess Floralinda, great time. Made me really happy. I finished it and I was just like, wow, that was really fun. That was really good. So there's that. And right now this one is really unhinged, right? And this is spoilers for July, I guess. Don't listen to my Kindle. Look at it though. They're cute. Asterion! We were talking about him today. Well, we have Asterion. But I'm reading Gifted and Talented. And it's so unhinged. It's really making me happy. Which is funny because the first 20%, I was just there like, maybe I should DNF this. Like, what is going on? And I got to like 40 and I'm like, I want to DNF it. But I'm really invested. And now I'm like 80%. And I'm like, this is fucking great. The shit that is happening in here, insane. This is another one. Like, I don't think it's meant to make you happy because it's about rich people who, like, really horrible rich people that are fighting over their father's inheritance. But I'm having a great time. So it's going on my list of books that made me happy. A little bit unhinged, I know, but alas, here we are. Anyway, color. Sorry, I'm coloring everything I've done in my notes. I can't care. I would have shown you, but if I move stuff, we're going to be here until I have to reorganize everything. But I'm putting colors. Now, almost our last question. Next to last? Second to last question? Second to last question. That's the word. Most beautiful book you've bought so far this year. And this year, I have been really good at not buying too many books. Because last year was really bad. And I have so much physical TBR. So we didn't want to add too many to that. I have a couple. I have 3. Well, technically it's 7. But it will make sense. The first one, I showed it in my June recap. Well, my last recap. And it's The Secret World of Briar Rose by Cindy Pham, the American edition, because the British one sucks ass. And she's just so stunning. Like, look at that cover and then look at that spread. And like, even like this is just so, I have yet to read it, but like, look at that. It's just beautiful. Oh,
Talented, brilliant, incredible, amazing, show-stopping, spectacular.
She's stunning. She is gorgeous. She is the moment. So, Secret World of Briar Rose. She's just so beautiful. I'm in love with her. I really want to read it. Like, it's up next, I think. Soon. I have so much I want to read. Oh. But this is one of them. I'll put her away. Second, kind of different in a way, but I just think the cover is really beautiful. And I did pick this up because of the cover. So sue me, I guess. But this is Lost in Space by Rebecca Thorne. And I'm currently listening to this as an audiobook. But I saw it as my local bookshop and I was like, I kind of need it on my shelf. Like, she's really pretty. So yeah, Lost in Space. And then the 5 other books, I haven't received them yet, but I did buy them. So I felt like I should show them. Oh, I lied. There's 2 more. Never mind. Wait. I lied. Oh, I kicked my camera. Wait a minute. I forgot that I got these books this year. But okay. We have that. Then I do have a lot of books. I lied. But okay, it's a duology that we just talked about. but it's the Illumicrate Six of Crows. No mourners, no future. Like, look at that. I couldn't not get them. Like, come on. They're so beautiful. Let me show you the first one. Oh, stunning. Which one is which is the real question. Oh, this is Six of Crows. There we go. This is Six of Crows. And you have like the characters on the front. Inej, Kaz. Oh, it's so pretty. And I love like the playing card thing. That's so fun. And you have the others on the back. So we have all 6 of our crows. And let me show you under the dust cover. Ketterdam with like some of it like gold. It's just so beautiful. I really love how they mix different materials. Like, you know, you have like matte and shiny stuff and like, oh, stunning. It's just so stunning. And like, oh, I love Six of Crows. I love the series. And then look at my babies. Look at Inej and Kaz. They're so cute. And the other one, they're so fucking cute. They're so freaking cute. So this was Six of Crows, and then let me show you Crooked Kingdom. I'm sorry, this is turned into a show and tell, but like they're so beautiful. You need to see them, and this is about pretty books, so you can skip the question if you don't want to see it. But this is Crooked Kingdom. Appropriate for a book that destroyed my life, but like look at them. Look how beautiful. Can you see them if I hide? Can you see them better? But stunning. And on the other side, of course, can I say Kaz looks so much like Kaz here? Like, this is exactly how I would imagine him, unhinged. And then this threw me off when I got it, but they have it like upside down. Like, it's the first book, but like upside down. The world is upside down, and the 6 coffins. Like, that's so freaking cool. And I think the back, no, it doesn't have it. I was like, maybe it has the Crow Club. Oh, the Crow Club is on the spine. It's supposed to be upside down, but it's there. And then again, stunning, beautiful end papers. Look at them. Oh, my babies. Anyway, that's Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom. These are the Illumicrate editions, which are so freaking beautiful. And then the final really beautiful books I bought, those were the ones that were actually on this list that made me remember this. Also from Illumicrate. They're not here yet, so I can't show them to you, which is great because otherwise they'll be here for like 50 minutes because there's 5 of them. But it is the Heroes of Olympus series. I have the Percy Jackson ones already, and I got Heroes of Olympus Illumicrate edition, and I'm so excited. They look so stunning, and I really want to do a reread. So anyway, I don't have them yet, but soon, hopefully. Whenever they come, you will hear about it. That's all I'm saying. You will be hearing more about me and more about those books. And then finally, our last question: what books do you want to read by the end of the year? And as I do every year, I come into this year thinking I'm gonna finish all of the series that I've started that I've never finished. We're still here. So one that I completely forgot to write is gonna be, I don't think it's actually gonna happen this year, I'm gonna be so honest with you, but it would be cool if it did. It is Rule of Wolves and King of Scars. That one, King of Scars duology. I need to finish that series. Like, I just need to read them eventually. I need to just pull the plug and like do it, you know, pull the trigger. But they scare me, is all I have to say. It's been years. They scare me. I think what I want to do is reread these bad boys and then read King of Scars, Crooked Kingdom. So there's that. There is our queen herself, Nona, which I've talked about before. I know I'm gonna love it. Like, I know what is inside. I saw something. Oh, I'm not gonna show that because it's my local bookshop and it's like right down the street. I'm not gonna tell you where I live. But Nona, the 9th, the 3rd book in Locked Tomb. I'm really scared of her because after I read her, I don't know what to do with myself while waiting for Electo to come out. Probably reread them. So that's probably what's gonna happen. But I do want to read Nona finally and pull the trigger and stop delaying it, because I don't know when we're gonna get Electo, and I just need to do it and I need to commit. So I think what's gonna happen, again, I really want to do a reread. They live in my brain 24/7. So I think I might do a Gideon Harrow reread and then read Nona. Hopefully soon. Might be doing a buddy read with our recurring character, Emma. So we'll update you on that one. And then other series that I need to finish, Ruthless Vows. So the second book, first one, it's the series is Letters of Enchantment. Divine Rivals, the second book in Divine Rivals. I read the first one, I really loved it. I never picked up the second one. It's been like 2 years. But it's literally right there on my shelf, but I really want to read it, and I'll get there eventually. I don't know why I'm not reading it. I have no excuses. I think I kind of felt satisfied. Like I'd read enough in that world, even though I kind of want to know what happens in the second book. So it's another one if I need to pull the trigger and do it. So we've got Ruthless Vows. We have, again, a duology, A Steeping of Blood, Hafsa Faisal. Loved the first one. I know it's a controversial take. I've seen quite a few people who didn't love it, but I really enjoyed the first one. What was the first one? Steeping of Blood, the second one. Tempest. Oh, that's the one. A Tempest of Tea is the first book, and I read it and I really enjoyed it. And it's kind of like, I think a lot of people went into it expecting the same vibes as Six of Crows. So don't do that. You're gonna be disappointed. It's not quite as adulty. I feel like Six of Crows, despite being young adult, goes pretty deeply into each of its characters. Tempest of Tea doesn't do that quite as much, but it does have like the heist vibes, right? So there is that is true for it. But yeah, I don't want to compare. Like I want to. My first reflex is like, oh, it's kind of like Six of Crows, but it like, I feel like it does it a disservice to be compared to Six of Crows constantly. But yeah, there's a heist, there's a bunch of people, it's found family, and I just had so much fun with it. And I literally gave it 5 stars. And I just haven't read Steeping of Blood yet. I went to the launch event for Steeping of Blood where Hafsa Faisal was talking about it, and it was really fun, and I'm really excited to read it, and I want to know where it goes. But I think the way she was talking about it is kind of what put me off continuing it, because I think the way she was talking about it, I think the couple that I'm really rooting for is not going to end up together, which is probably good for them because it would have been a really toxic combination. But alas, I find that really entertaining. So what can I say? I really want them to end up together. I don't think it's going to happen. And I think that's why I'm kind of putting it off. I'm like, I'll get to it eventually. Like, it's not, I need to just do it. But I am weak. And then we have another series. It's the last series that is here. Not the last series that I haven't finished, but the last series that is talked about here. And I really want to read Blade Breaker and Realm Breaker, which Victoria Aveyard. I kind of want to read them before Tempest comes out. They're not related. They're not, as far as I know, they're not in the same world. They're not related. They have nothing to do with each other. It's just in my head, right? I feel like I should probably finish that series before starting Tempest. I don't know if that makes sense. My thinking doesn't make sense to many people, so don't feel bad. Like, I'm just, yeah, I really, Blade Breaker, Realm Breaker, I really loved the first one as well. Like, really had a lot of fun with it. Again, it was found family. And I think you just give me found family and I will say yes, I think is what we're getting at this point. But yeah, Blade Breaker and Realm Breaker. And then finally, this is, remember when I said we'll circle back to Ali Hazelwood? Here we are. The last book that I want to read is the only Ali Hazelwood book that I have not read, which is Check and Mate. So it might be one of my next few reads because I think I'm going to make a video tier ranking all of the Ali-verse, except for like the 2 novellas I haven't read, because I feel like they don't count. But like ranking everything else from the Ali-verse, and I need to have read Check and Mate. My friends think that Check and Mate is the best book that Ali Hazelwood has ever written. I'm so sorry. My brain is dying. It's just so hot. And I'm just tired. But yeah, I want to read Check and Mate, and I want to know if it's as good as they're saying it is. my favorite Ali Hazelwood book right now is Bride. I almost said Mate. I was like, it's not, I know it's not Mate, but it's Bride. I love Bride so much. So I need to see, maybe Will Chicken may beat it. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, last book that I really want to read before the end of the year, Check and Mate. Maybe before August. We'll see how quickly I can finish Gifted and Talented. That's the real question. I've been saying I'm gonna finish it today for like 3 days and I'm still here. So I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That is all of the questions from the mid-year Freakout Tag. It's been really fun. I feel like this is the first time that like I'm not doing obviously a recap, and I wasn't really sure how much I need to talk about each book. So I'm just going off vibes. I hope this is okay. And I hope I'm not like talking too much about certain books and less about others. I think there's just more to say about certain books. And I feel like I talk more also about books. Like if I don't like a book, I'm going to have a lot more reasons than if I do like a book. Because if I like a book, it's just good vibes, right? If I don't like a book, I'm going to pull up with PowerPoint about, you know, all of the problems in the book. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I think there's going to be a lot. I don't know. There's been quite a few people watching these, which is kind of crazy, but hello. Hi to all of you. Thank you so much for listening to me talk about all of this and saying all of that. And I hope you enjoyed it and that you had fun, even though I'm kind of rambly and kind of delirious at this point. It's been how long? I've been filming for an hour and a half. And before that, my camera decided to really test my patience and refuse to connect. So, you know, it's been a day. It's been a day. 2026 has been a year, but it's been not too bad on the reading front. I still need to read a book that is gonna change my life. If you have any recommendations, genuinely, for books that are gonna change my life, that's like first priority. And sapphic books, please put them in the comments below. I want to know. Tell me, give me more. I need more of those two specifically. And yeah, if you have any answers to these questions that you want to share with the class, please do. And I'm going to stop talking now. I'm going to stop talking and maybe play Baldur's Gate since we've talked about it so much. And yeah, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for hanging out. I feel like I've already said that, but I'm saying it again. And please do leave a like. I don't know. Is that what I'm supposed to say? Leave a like. Please subscribe. It'll be fun if you hang out with me a bit more. If you want to see more of me. Can't believe you would want to do that, but let's go. And if you have any challenges you want me to do, I would be up. Any like tags, any challenges. I have a couple ideas for upcoming things. So yeah, you'll be seeing more of me, is all I'm saying. Anyways, that's it. I'm actually going to shut it out. Thank you again and bye.